Hi, Miss Baxter. So I want to teach you, if you're a remote learner or you are an in-class learner, but you haven't been here all week, you've missed my amazing invention, okay? I came up with a reading strategy to help you not only understand what you're reading when you're reading nonfiction expository text, those are the stories that tell you about something real. But not only is this strategy going to help you understand what you're reading and process what you're reading, you are guaranteed to get every question correct, almost every question, as long as you read the question correctly. But there's no reason you should not get the questions correct if you use this strategy. So I'm going to, I labeled it the Backstrat, or Baxter strategy. And the important thing is to know it's best used on nonfiction text, okay? And on your STAR test, you only generally have one fiction story, okay? Maybe one poem, but the rest of the stories are all nonfiction. So it is important that you really watch this video, you practice it, you use it from now on. We got 19 more days till our STAR test, the online STAR test. So what I'm doing here is I'm just writing something on my piece of paper real fast. And then I'm going to have to hold the camera while I show you what I'm doing. So if there's a lot of moving around, I apologize. Tori. All right. So I hope you're at home taking notes. I want you to take notes. Okay. So get a sheet of paper and I want you to write what I'm writing. All right. So this is the Backstrap, right? Let it focus in real quick. The first thing I always want you to do when you're reading any text is preview the questions. Okay. So step one, preview the questions. And you're going to see where this is really important. It's going to save you a lot of time if you do this. Because what I'm going to show you, yes, I would love for you to do it for every single paragraph so you understand. I'm trying to figure out, there's a focus. I don't see a focus. I don't know why it's not auto-focusing. But I will take pictures of these notes and also put them in Google Classroom. All right. Because what I'm going to teach you is something I would love for you to do for every single paragraph you read. However, that's not realistic, okay? So let's do rule number 2. So this is our step 1 is preview the questions. Step 2 is do the Backstrap one paragraph at a time. Do the Backstrap one paragraph at a time. Okay? And you're like, what's the Backstrap? Well, that's what I'm about to show you. So here's why I came up with it. I am always a science teacher. I will always be a science teacher. I didn't like reading in school. I still don't like reading. I'm a reading teacher by not my choice, but that's okay. I'm kicking booty doing it because I'll always teach. I just love teaching. So, but I had to figure out what is keeping you from annotating. Because teachers always say annotate, annotate, annotate. And I'm sure you're telling yourself, I would love to annotate if I knew how to annotate, if I knew what to annotate, right? Same thing. I'm your teacher. I've always taught science. I tell you, annotate, annotate, annotate. But then I'm like, I hope they don't ask me what to annotate because I'm like, I don't know. So I came up with something. I came up with a Backstrap. All right, here's how it works. For every paragraph you read in a expository piece, that's a nonfiction piece, okay? Okay, sorry about the wrong. Please don't get dizzy. All right, you can ask these basic questions for every single every single paragraph. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Okay? Now, here's some things to know. The who, that is the main thing in your paragraph, not the story, the paragraph. It might be the same for each paragraph. It might change up. And I'll show you what I mean, for instance. All right, so you got the who. The who can be a person. It can be a place. It can be a thing or an idea, okay? All right, the what. The what you're asking, who did what? So this is the who did what, okay? All right, now when, if your paragraph, just the paragraph you're working on, has a date in it, write it down. So any known dates or times, okay? Date or time. Because like, what if your passage says in the morning, right? That's not necessarily a date, but it's a time, so you would put morning. All right, where? You're asking, where did the who take place? So where the who is or took place. Okay, so it's usually like, and you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. But like the where, it could be like if it says down in Houston, blah 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 blah. Okay, that would be your where. Now the how and the why are really important. How did the who? So if it's a person, did, you know, when, where? So how did that person? How did that person? How did that who? Oh. So you're asking, how is the who important, right? How is the who important? And then last, why? Why is the who important? All right, now let's put this in action. So make sure you have these notes somewhere that you can have access to them, because I really want you to remember these and their definitions that I put to them, okay? So let's practice this. Looking at, if you came up and got your workbook like you were supposed to, all right, let's practice this. I'm going to be reading on page 47. So on page 47 in your workbook, it says practice A. So if you don't have it, get there, okay? All right, and I'm going to read, and then I'll show you how this works. In 2013, I'm sorry, it's not focused in. In 2013, members of the Traditions Club in Bryan, Texas, built a gingerbread house that was bigger and more impressive than many ordinary houses. The gingerbread house, which won a Guinness World Record, measured 60 feet by 42 feet and was 21 feet tall. To make this ginormous house, the bakers used 1,800 pounds of butter, 7,200 pounds of flour, and 2,925 pounds of brown sugar. If this seems like a waste of perfectly good food, don't worry. It was for a good cause. The purpose of the gingerbread house was to raise money to build a new trauma center at the local hospital. What a sweet deal. Okay. Okay, I moved to the board, so hopefully you can see, okay, what I'm teaching. But I just set up I've read you one paragraph, and that was on page 47, okay, just one paragraph, and I'm going to show you how to do this. All right, in that one paragraph, what is our who? Remember, a who is a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. So the who is the gingerbread house. That's what it's all about, right? The gingerbread house. All right, now the next question we ask is, what is so special about that gingerbread house? What was so special about it? It was big, right? I mean, really big. They said it was like 21 feet tall. It also, and you can put this, you don't have to, but it was so big that it made the Guinness World Record. That's pretty big gingerbread house, right? All right, now we're going to ask the question, when? When was the big, giant gingerbread house made? And it says on the very second word, 2013. So that's that date you're pulling out, 2013. Where was the giant gingerbread house made when it was made in 2013? Bryan, Texas. How was the giant gingerbread house made that's so big in 2013 in Bryan, Texas? It said it was made of 1,800 pounds of butter, 7,200 pounds of flour, and 2,925 pounds of brown sugar. That's a lot of writing. I ain't writing all that. So I'm going to put just tons of ingredients, because those things are called ingredients, right? So tons, and I think I would be right to say that, of ingredients, whatever. Okay? And last, now this is important. Why, so that's my last question, why was the giant gingerbread house made in 2013 in Bryan, Texas, with tons of ingredients? It was to raise money for hospital, okay? And not only have you now annotated your paragraph, but you've also summarized it. You know, so many questions ask about summary. What's the best summarization? You can literally have these notes and tell a stranger who's never read the story, say, oh yeah, I read a story about a gingerbread house that was so big, and they built it in like 2013, and it's in Bryan, Texas, down there by Texas A&M, where I went to school. And they made it with like tons of ingredients, and they did it all to raise money for a hospital. You literally just summarized a text. Okay, so let me show this again. This time we're going to do a story I've never actually read. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to, we're going to answer the question correctly. And we're only going to read one paragraph. So we're only going to answer that one question correctly. So, let me erase this. All right. So, if you look at the backstrap, which let me put it back up here real quick. Can you see that? You probably can't see that really. Okay, well, if you look at the backstrap, what's the very first thing to do? Preview the questions. All right. So I pulled a star passage called Quite an Achievement. I have never read this. Let's see, here's the second page of it. It's a lot of reading, right? A lot of reading. 8 paragraphs reading. I'm going to look at number 5, or number 10. But where does it say to do? Paragraph 5, right? It says paragraph 5. I hope y'all can see that. You probably can't see it. But my question is telling me to look in paragraph 5. All right, so I'm going to go back to paragraph 5. And I'm going to star it. And I'm starring it because, as soon as I find my pen, because I know that's definitely a paragraph that I'm going to want to use this strategy on. Now, if none of these questions ask any questions about, like, say, paragraph 1, am I going to waste my time really using the strategy on 1? No. I mean, you can. I wish you would. I mean, I wish if it was my way, you'd do it on everything, right? But in reality, use a strategy on the questions that are actually being asked. Okay. So let's go to paragraph 5 and let's read it. I wish I could somehow get you closer, or I don't know if you can see the words on the board. Sorry, I know this is kind of like troubleshooting at the same time. I apologize. Oops. All right. I'll just read it. By taking part in junior achievement, students learn not only the importance of choosing a career and managing their finances, but also the skills needed in order to be successful in doing so. Junior achievement teaches students skills and concepts such as preparing for a job interview, understanding how officials are elected, analyzing the steps to opening a business, and paying taxes. It also allows students to experience the value of giving through volunteer work and community service. So, using our strategy, who, what, when, where, how, why, the backstrap, who. Who are we talking about in this article? Junior achievement. And what's so special about junior achievement? Okay, well, the what is that teaches students about career and managing career choices and managing finances. So it teaches students when. All right, I don't believe I saw a when in here. Okay, and that's okay. We're not always going to have a when. All right, where? Did it talk anywhere in this paragraph about a where? Nope, I don't see a where either. Okay. How? So now you're going to ask the question, how does the junior achievement teach students? I don't know about either. Teach students. Okay, so the how, right? How does it teach students? Well, it says preparing for job interviews. Understanding how officials are elected. And, okay, analyzing steps to open a business. And paying taxes. All right. And then why do you think this junior achievement is teaching students? Why? So some of us either tell you in the passage, in the paragraph, why you're doing something, or you have to infer it, okay? Remember, inferencing is taking what you already know in life, in your head, and what you see in front of you. So, why are they doing this? So, I'm going to infer that they're doing all this to teach students how to be successful in life. So, the why would be so students can be successful in life. Okay? As an adult, right? As an adult. So I literally have just summarized that whole paragraph because I know this is how junior achievement teaches students by preparing for job interviews, understanding how officials are elected, analyzing steps to open a business, and paying taxes. And they do this so that students can be successful in life as an adult. Boom, I just actually wrote a summary of my reading. And I annotated, so my teacher's happy. So now let's go back and answer that question. Let's see if we can. Again, I have not read this entire story, so I don't know what any of the story is about. I just know what paragraph 5 is about. And it says, how does paragraph 5 help inform the reader about junior achievement? F, by summarizing the benefits of participating in junior achievement. Did we list out the different things they do? The benefits of, yes. Okay, so maybe put a question mark there. G, by emphasizing the changes that junior achievement has made in order to meet the demands of modern life. Does that paragraph talk anything about that? Did we see anything about making changes, demands? No. H, by explaining how community members assist in organizing junior achievement programs. Did it talk about how the program was even organized? No. J, by showing how important it is for teachers to motivate students to participate in. So is this paragraph telling me as a teacher to tell you to get in junior achievement program? No. So there you go. Boom, we just got that answer right because we did the backstrap. So Practice it. Practice it. Practice it. If you're at home, practice it. Take pictures of your who, what, when, where, how, why. Upload them and let me see them, and let's work through it. If you want to be on Google Meets later at 2:00, we can do that, and I can look at your work. So anyway, just let me know if you need help. If you want me to check it, make sure you're doing the right thing, and I'll continue to try to make more videos and help teach this some more. Okay, bye.